want to take this. We've kind of talked like a lot about just like streaming in general, right? But with streaming, and you've only been doing this for a year, but I know you're a very busy bee. You've been doing a lot, and where do you see? I literally have this as one of my questions. Where do you see yourself taking? And I'm going to make this very specific. The Geary Mart brand in the future, right? Because like to me, that's the thing. The Geary Mart.
Yeah, there's so much potential there.
Where do you see like this thing going?
Ideally, I would like to have my own kitchen line. I don't know if that's too grand of a dream.
No, hell no. Babish has
No.
one.
I would be like the first VTuber to not have merch, just there's a hoodie, there's a hat. They're great, by the way. I support my friends. I have tons of hoodies and hats and stuff. But I want to be different, just like how I want to be different with my streaming. I want to have like my own knife, my own cutting board, an apron, a cookbook, like all like a pan, spatulas, like all these things. I think that would be really, really cool. And I feel like it's more easier to swallow pill for the streaming community or maybe like VTuber lovers and stuff like that. Whereas like, I don't really know what's a zwilling. I don't know what a zwilling is, but I know Onimart. So then maybe they'll want to like try things out, or maybe they're like, I'll buy her like cutting board. Maybe I'll chop a salad someday, But I think it's kind of a cool concept where I have like kitchen merch and not just like clothing.
I love that idea. Yeah.
It's like the Rosanna Pansinoification of your brand, basically, because that's what she did. Went from YouTube food videos, and now she works like with like Wilton. She has her own line and stuff like that.
She has her own line. She does like stuff on Netflix now and like
Food
everything
Network.
like that. And what's interesting is when you mention like a line like that, like I look at your, I think this is your summertime suit, right? Your summertime avatar. I think of how fun like a line could be of cookware that is based off of like the colors that you use, right? Like the purple hair, the gold horns, like you can do fun things with the colors, and it's like a spatula that has like a gold handle or so, I don't know, whatever it is. And it makes it so unique where you're reaching for a knife and you're like, oh, this is a Geary Mart knife, right? But maybe it's like extra high quality because you worked with a cool knife manufacturer. And there's something to be said about like trying to break into the creator merch market that is in a different direction than the normal stuff.
And I love it when creators do that. There is another creator, Mikey from Glam and Gore, who a couple of years ago, she's like a beauty YouTuber, kind of. She does like glam and like gore SFX and that kind of thing. She's with Anthony Padilla. I think they're a couple. And so she put out a line of wigs, actually. And I remember being shocked when she did that because everyone else was putting out makeup palettes, and she's like, I'm actually just really interested in wigs and I wear them all the time, and I want you guys to have nice, high quality wigs. And it was so cool. And, obviously kind of a smaller run than like the typical t-shirt thing, but it was just such a unique thing. I've never forgotten that. And so any opportunity to do something cool like that, I think you should always go for it, even if it's like a small run or a limited number.
But I think you would also, like, just from the business side of it, I think if you had your own kitchen line, you kind of corner the market in that VTuber space. Because I don't know of any other VTuber that would attempt that or that could do that right now anyways. Like, I don't know of any other kitchen or cooking VTubers. So that's what about, this is hard, right? Because of the nature of VTubers, this is something that's always popped in my head. We've seen, I think it was at Anime Expo. I think it was maybe Connor did a live event with Iron Mouse, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Right, where she was like on a screen, and they were interviewing and stuff. I'm like, how do you introduce that vibe with someone like you who does food content? Would you like get like a custom made like Geary mask? Would that be like like too weird? I don't know how that would work.
That would be hard
because then yes, you have your kitchen line, but what if you do like a cooking event to promote it somehow? Like, yes, you could do it on stream, but like, have you ever thought about that? Like, how would you do that at like a live setting?
I have done a few anime panels already. It wasn't an anime con or anything, but I was assigned to kind of talk about my quote-unquote AR cooking setup for VTubers, and I just I did a little demonstration. I talked a little bit about the tech needed and a little bit of the background behind it. And I just did a little showcase up behind my setup, and that was kind of what I did. So, I mean, if I were to do a live demonstration, I might be able to just do the same thing where it's not like live as in I'm on the stage, but I'm still with them in real time. I can see the audience. They can ask me questions. I can just use my line behind my own camera and then kind of like showcase things here and there potentially.
That's smart, because I almost think that doing something like actually physically in person kind of it takes away from the virtual, like the
from
fun
the magic.
My immersion, streamer, where's my immersion?
Yeah. It kind of breaks the fourth wall in a sense, and so I see what you're saying, Paul. Like I think the technology isn't there yet, but if you could get the technology where you could, like, for example, be walking around in person and streaming, like recording as you are, and in the recording it like transmutes your body into
technically
YouTuber.
You can. I think technically the tech is there, but it's very, very clunky and very like caveman-ish currently. Like I've thought about, because I want to do IRL streams as well, but obviously I don't want to show my face. I just want to be like able to take chat along and walk. But you know, there's like the risk of like reflection, and maybe I want to showcase whatever I'm eating. I might have to turn the camera around. So I was like, maybe I can just go walk around with just a whole freaking Bluetooth and a blue suit, like my chroma key, my blue suit, and then like 3 cameras, like one is chat, one is capturing the outside, and one is hot spotting or something. But I'm gonna look like an idiot, right? So so is it possible? Yes, but is it gonna look really graceful? No, currently no.
Right. And the reason why I bring that up, like with you maybe promoting like a kitchen line or anything like that, the reason why I bring it up is because I watched that video of you doing like a food tour. I think it was in Toronto, right, on YouTube. And you kind of, you had, I think you just had like your avatar's face over yours, or, it was pointed away or whatever it was. And I thought it was a great example of like what you could still do IRL, but the benefit is that it's a recorded YouTube video. So because of the nature of live stream, you don't want someone maybe who follows you, to like, oh, we know Giri is currently at this location.
We're gonna go,
right. We're going to go find her and take a picture of her and post it to the internet, because then that just kind of kills everything. So like, even if it weren't like a full on blue suit, have you thought about doing more IRL stuff where it's just recorded video for YouTube?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's also one of the reasons why I wanted to visit Japan and stuff, because Japan is the land of honey and wine, which is like food content.
It's like aesthetic everything.
Yes. Come here, come join me.
Are you allowed to talk about a little bit of that? Because I know you mentioned it previously.
I think not quite yet. I don't have official permission yet, so I think for now I'll keep it down low.
Secret. Well, in the future, if you get the chance, here we are. We've got all the wonders of the world here in Japan. There's so much to do here.
They're opening
I've
up
been
in
there
October.
Once, loved it. I just dream pine. I literally have a suitcase ready to go that's labeled Japan. So just like as soon as borders open, I just fly away.
Take it and get out of here.
That's so good.